The American Community Survey estimates the overall rate of people with disabilities in the U.S. population in 2016 was 12.8%, and according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, approximately 1 in 5 adults in the U.S., 43.8 million, or 18.5%, experiences mental illness in a given year.
In the late 19th to the early 20th centuries, these people were denied the right to vote. They were isolated from the rest of society. Losing the right to vote was one of the freedoms that they gave up in the exchange for the support that the state gave them.
These people are still citizens, however, which means they have the right to vote. In 2002, with the passing of the Help America Vote Act, all areas in and around polling places are to be accessible to people with disabilities.
Although steps were taken to ensure that these people could vote comfortably, it did not end there. In an election in 2012 held in Illinois, Cheryl Jansen, a public policy director for Equip for Equality, an organization that looks to advance the civil rights of disabled people, reported that 30% with disabilities reported difficulty voting, while only 8% of people without disabilities reported difficulty. According to her, this is because less than 1/3 of the polling places are fully accessible to disabled voters. Lots and lots of disabled citizens were going through trouble trying to get their voting rights back after they were taken away. One man, David Rector, went to court so he could have his voting rights restored. David Rector recently went to Superior Court in San Diego, California to file a request to have his voting rights restored. Rector lost those rights in 2011 when his fiancée, Rosalind Alexander Kasprick, was appointed to his conservator after his brain injury left him unable to walk or speak. Alexander Kasprick says he was still able to communicate his wishes to a court clerk. He did manage to say through his electronic voice on his eye-tracking device, "I, David Rector, want my voting rights restored immediately," she told supporters outside the courthouse.
Rector lives in California, where there has been a new law instituted where individuals with guardians have to express a desire to vote to be able to do so.
In Chicago, efforts have been made to recognize which polling places are accessible and which need to be improved. Equip for Equality partnered with the Chicago Board of Election for an election in 2016 and joined up with volunteers. Together, they distributed surveys pertaining to the level of disability accessibility at 1,900 polling places.
Effort has been made to create equal opportunities in the voting field when it comes to people with disabilities and mental illnesses. People should work in making voting easier for the physically disabled and mentally ill. People with disabilities should locate an accessible polling area near them where there are people to offer help. Because these people are citizens too, they can vote, they should vote, and it should be easy.